Test, test. Okay. Test. Cool.
You hear that? Yeah? Should I hold it? Is that better if I do it like that? Okay. Start chat and stuff. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and close it. You gotta make it. All right, let's get started. Good morning, KWB. Oh, I like that. So thank you for joining us when you could be out in this beautiful sunny day. Soaking up the rays. So thank you for coming in, carving out some time for us. We have an amazing special guest. If you haven't seen on the board behind us, this gentleman right here, Chip Walton. Show of hands, how many of you know about Chip's weekly calls? Chip knows about them. All right, awesome. How many are on those calls? Get on those calls. I'm telling you. He's a wizard when it comes to numbers and pulling the stories out of those for your clients. So he's going to do some of that for us today at a super high level. Excited to have him here. Let's go ahead and get started. If I can get my clicker working. There we go. First time guest. If you are a first time guest, your first time at a KWB team meeting, do you mind standing for us? We're going to run some mics to you. Thank you so much. That's half the room. All right, so just a quick introduction and how long you've been with us or where you're at in your real estate journey.
Hi, my name is Melissa Werner. I've been in real estate almost 6 years, but I'm new. I've been here for about 6 weeks now. So
Amazing. Welcome. Yeah, we have a whole table right there.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Serena Clark, and I'm attending Superior Real Estate School. This is my first endeavor of getting involved in this. This is a must-have for me, and I'm looking to be very successful in it.
Let's go. Thank you for being here.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Sylvia Rodriguez. I'm a future broker. And I'm super excited to be here. I'm also attending the School of Superior. And I'm very excited to, start my real estate journey. And I hope I get a chance to talk to each and every one of you to get an insight on what it is, like what it's going to be for me in the future. So thank you for having me.
Awesome. Thank you for being here.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Mariela Lopez. Right now, I'm in Superior as well.
Okay.
It'll be my second time around. Didn't pass the first time, but hopefully this time I will make it this time.
You've got it this time. You've got it.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Joanna Ramirez. Oh, my heart is pounding. I'm sorry.
Fine.
But as well, I'm in Superior School. I will pass. I will be a broker.
Yes.
Amen. But I'm very excited to be here, and meeting new people. I'm very excited, and thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for being here.
Good morning. My name is Dwayne Byram. I also went through Superior School. I passed my state exam last week.
Congratulations.
So I want to get on this side. I've been doing real estate investing for a while and different things. So I want to kind of get in with both feet and
Amazing.
be successful. Yeah.
Welcome. Let's go. Anyone else?
Yep, over here.
Okay.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Clay Lau. This is my second week here, and I'm brand new to real estate.
It's Clay. Welcome. Nathan's like, I've been here. What are you talking about?
Hi, my name is Mira Bimani, and I got my license in June, I believe, and I just got done with my Ignite training. It's my first time here in this meeting. So
Amazing.
excited.
Welcome, Mita.
Hi, everyone. I'm Amber Jameson. Nice to meet you. I graduated or I finished real estate classes about a year ago, but it took me a while to get affiliated. But I joined last month and happy to see you all.
Awesome.
Hi, I'm Brittany Olson. I've been licensed about 4.5 months and I just transferred here over from another brokerage. I'm so happy to be in Ballantyne. I love it. I've been real estate adjacent for about 9 years working with investors. So I was like, I need to get into the action and get my license kind of like you. All right, thanks.
Awesome. So glad to have each and every one of you with us today. So thank you for being here. All right, bucket fills. Who's familiar with bucket fills? Do we know what that is? So for our first time guest, it's just a moment of gratitude. We're filling someone's bucket. Maybe you saw someone do something in the office, help you out with your business or in the community, and you would love to fill their bucket and just share that moment of gratitude. Anyone have a bucket fill they'd like to share? Rhonda? There you go.
Thank you. Hi, I'd actually like to bucket fill Zach Royal with the Kennedy team. There was one day I was stuck in Florida for another 2.5 weeks, about a week ago. And he actually went and showed a property in York for me with like an hour's notice. And
Wow.
The funny thing is it turned out that it was literally around the corner from his house and he was home. But I would have never known anybody from here lives in York. But I was incredibly grateful. It was a very stressful day, and my mom had COVID for the second time in 2 months. So
How's she doing?
she's doing fine.
Good. Good.
Yeah. If we can just keep her from falling, it would be great. But
Yeah.
she's got great bone density.
That's a good thing.
She's 91. She's fallen 4 times. It's gonna be 90.
Oh no.
Doing my best, not let them succeed.
There you go. Can we get one more? All right. Have 2 more.
So my bucket fill is for the leadership team. And I recently I lost my dog during the heat spell. He had a heat stroke and I haven't been in the office a whole lot, but I did post it on social media. And, it was, he meant a lot to me. And he's like the first dog I ever had that was like, that I connected with and made me an animal lover. And yesterday I got the most beautiful card in the mail from leadership. And and everybody wrote on it. And it was just like, I mean, it's just beautiful to know that like even things that are a big deal to us that the people here genuinely care, and I just wanted to say thank you for that.
Thanks, truly.
I'll lighten it up a little bit. Yeah. No,
I'm going to give a bucket fill to Julie. She is killing it. So we closed a purchase yesterday, and I just want to give you kudos, girl. You are just open to all suggestions and just keeping your level head, and you're going to do big things.
Awesome.
okay, I'm going to bucket fill Liz because she has been like the dream onboarding. Never leaves anyone in the dark for a second. I swear on onboarding day, I felt more a part of this team than I did in 4.5 months at the last place I was. And thank you so much. And I got my card in the mail too. And family day was so fun. So thank you. I really appreciate everything you do.
It's like a typewriter, isn't it? She really should.
If you guys want to buy me one of those like machines that writes for me when I program my handwriting, I'd be cool with it.
Liz bold and italic. Yeah, so for any of you that don't know, all the fancy handwriting, if you can't see all that, the top half up there that looks like a typewriter, that's all Liz. Yeah. So she's in charge of our cards. Let's see. Cooperate. July Cappers. If your name is on this list, will you stand for us right quick? If you're in the room, I know we have a lot of agents out. Connie Yates, there we go. Right? Couldn't time that better. All right, but congratulations to all of our July Cappers and the $1 Million Producers. Congratulations on that. I know we have a lot of people out in San Antonio for Mega Camp right now, which I'm excited for them to get back and share their ahas with us. But if anyone here is represented on the list, anybody? Jay White? Congrats, man. Your numbers are coming. You've had some huge months. $3 to $5 million producers. So I mean, guys, as you can see, this is in written volume just for the month of July. So for 3.2 million all the way to 4.3 million in written volume just in the month of July. So we love celebrating our agents and their successes. And then $5 to $10 million producers. So this is written volume, again, just for the month of July. 5.1 million. And then we have Carolina Living and Estates at 9.7 million in the month of July. Incredible numbers. $10 million producers. So 10.5 million in written volume, again, just in 1 month. So congrats, man. Stacy Saws, anybody in here? Yes, ma'am. So written volume is contracts written. How much volume in real estate? So future business.
Stacy's in Texas, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, that's right. So again, listed volume in the month of July. So individuals, Miranda Solomon. Anyone know Miranda? She's a rock star, isn't she? Yeah, incredible. So Miranda's up there. We have our teams, groups. We're going to break into some of those numbers right quick. $3 to $5 million producers in listed volume for the month of July. So Stacy Saul's group 4.8 million and the Jay White group 4.9 million in listed volume just for the month of July. So congratulations on that. And then $5 to $10 million producers, HPREA with 5.1 million and Premier Property Solutions with 5.3 million in listed volume. And now we're going to go into closed volume. These impress me.
That means you got paid.
You got paid. They got paid. These are people that got paid. Thank you for that, Liz. Satterfield team. So again, that ranged from 3 million to 4 million, all in the month of July. $5 to $10 million producers, 5.1 to 9.9 million in closed volume, and Jay White at 8.5. That's incredible, man. Congratulations. And then $10 million producers. So in closed volume just for the month of July, again, HPREA at 10.3 million and Premier Property Solutions at 11.8 million in closed volume in the month of July. Downline. So we normally do a cash grab at this time for anyone that sends a referral to us. We're going to double that for next team meeting. So make sure you're here for the next team meeting. So you can do your cash grab, but congratulations to everyone that's added to their profit share. We're the #1 most profitable market center in the Carolinas region out of North and South Carolina. Amazing passive revenue stream. We're here to help build that for you. So if you know people looking to get into the real estate industry, all you have to do. Oh, that slide's missing. It's okay. Ignore that. And then send your referrals to Robin or myself, and we're more than happy to make that connection and build your passive income on your behalf. All
The
right.
slide will be in their next team meeting, guys.
Yeah. We'll have it ready for the next one. So without further ado, Mr. Chip Walton, take it away.
Got it. Thank you. It's on now.
Yep, I can hear him.
I didn't want the heavy breathe. Break people out. Jay, remember back in the day, man, we were happy if we get $3 million in a year. Now we do it in a month. Love it. All right. So here's what we want to do today. It got you a little bit more than that, actually. But yeah, $1 million a month. But we're also what? 4 or 5 transactions to get to $1 million. $147,000 average price. Yeah, there you go. So it took us a long time to cap back then. And we had a higher cap too. Should get back selling again. Anyways, so here's what I want to do today. I want to look at some numbers. What we're going to look at today is market share stuff. And I know a lot of you are on our 8 o'clock call that we do, and we cover, certain types of reports and numbers around that and how we can utilize them, how we can use them in our conversations. And then even like if you're on some of my stuff that I do at 745 or, any of my group stuff that I do, I'm always talking about some level of this, but this is going to be a little bit different that most of you have not seen before, because here's what I want to do. I want to have us have a visual tool that we can utilize in our conversations that demonstrate and show the performance of the office. And I'd like things to be quick and simple and easy. I don't like multiple pages to try to, get our point across. I just want it to be simple. So we have a program that we can go in that will tie in directly to the MLS, pull out the data that we're asking for, and it creates it for us. So those of us in leadership, we have access to that. I'm setting the stage before I show you the first thing here because I want you to kind of pay attention to what it is, what I asked for what we're going to see here in a minute. I wanted in the MLS, I looked at basically, I think it was a 5 or 6 county area. I looked at Mecklenburg, Mecklenburg, Cabarrus, Union, York, Lancaster, Gaston. I think that's where I kind of left it. Kind of gave us a surrounding kind of snapshot of the Ballantyne area. And I know we work beyond those borders, but this is a snapshot. So I wanted that geographical area. I wanted it year to date. So I pulled this yesterday afternoon. So anything that was in the MLS through about 1 o'clock yesterday, from January 1 through 1 o'clock is going to be in these reports. And then finally, I wanted resale only on residential property, and then lots and land. Nothing commercial, nothing else, right? So I'm just setting the stage for what I wanted to look at. So the first one that we have coming up here is going to be, again, this is going to be by market share. So you can see here at the bottom, just for reference point, this is going to be at the counties I looked for. And this one, I wanted our total of what we sold, both on the buy side and the list side. And I wanted a couple of other things in here. I wanted it to pull this report via what we call units sold. So you saw in some of the other things in the awards that Darren just went through, it was volume. Volume is the collective value of all the units, just to put it into perspective. I like to look at units. Here's why. Units will start telling us how effective we are with lead generation and lead follow-up. People don't typically say, hey, here's a $5 million lead for you. I have a lead for you that wants to sell or buy, right? So I want us to think in the standpoint of the performance we're getting out of our lead generation activities. How consistent are we? How effective are we at getting those? Because the units then drive everything else, right? I want the opportunity to sit down with somebody, talk to them about buying and or selling, and then let it show up here in the market share. So this is the total of everything this office has accomplished, all of you have accomplished, year to date in the market. So as you can see, Keller Williams Ballantine, number 1 with a 4% market share. Keller Williams South Park, number 2 with 3.8. And this whole report is designed to give us the top 10 for this category in this area. Now, this is the visual tool. Then there's the actual numbers report on the backside of this. But even still, that doesn't really kind of set the stage for this the right way, because if you start looking at it, there's actually about 1,100 brokerages. This is showing us the top 10. Okay, so 1,100 brokerages. Let me frame that for you. Let me put that into context. 1,100 brokerages means that the MLS is recognizing somebody as their own designated brokerage because they have their own brokerage ID number, just like we have an agent ID number in the MLS. Every brokerage, licensed brokerage, also has their own MLS ID. So if that brokerage has an MLS ID, they're going to show up on the second part of the report that we can see that I didn't put in here that lists everybody, but they may have zeros across the board. They may not have had any performance. And sometimes those other brokerages are one-person firms.
Chip, can I ask a quick question on
can ask
behalf of
anything you
somebody? Awesome. The green number at the top, the S/O percentage up top, what does that mean?
I'm getting to that.
Oh, even better. Okay,
Yes,
Jenny, you'll have to
there.
wait a little bit.
So SO, sale price to original list price ratio. So in other words, what percent are we getting our sellers when we list a property? Here it's about 97.3% of the original list price, not the price we maybe had to reduce to and then we got it under contract. This goes on the original list price when we first listed it in the MLS. The DOM, and the number behind that is our average days on market for listings. I like to have them up there as reference. You'll see why in a little bit. So there we go. That's how we started this. Any questions so far? Okay, let's go to the next one. All right, so this is that back page I was talking about that does break down everybody's actual numbers. This only lists the top 10 that are on the front when we print these, but literally the CSV file just keeps going, okay? So you can see up here, Keller Williams Ballantine list year to date, 642 units worth, $306 million. And it goes across the board with everything else that you may or may not want to know. But I want to go back here for a second real quick. One other thing I wanted to mention. So every brokerage has their own MLS ID. In the world of KW, every Keller Williams Market Center is its own individual brokerage, separate of the other KWs, because we're individually owned franchises. Okay, just I wanted to let you guys know that. If you look at a Compass, Compass is not a franchise. It's a corporate office. They may have multiple offices, but they're all going to fall under the umbrella of Compass, okay? Because they're not individually franchised. Same with EXP, they do have a couple of different kind of pockets around, but for the most part, again, they're all corporate-owned stores. So if you start looking at this, you know, here's your top 10 firms. What do you guys notice in this? This is listing units, by the way. I'm sorry, I think I said earlier total. Yeah, look, top 1, KW, top 2, KW. KW Connected is Fort Mill office. So if you look at the top 5, 3 of them are KWs. Okay, now let's do this. Market share 4%, market share 3.8%, market share 2.9%. If you combine those 3 and then slap it up against this, how are we outperforming? Well, okay, I just gave you. How are we doing against our competitors in the market? We're already kicking butt in a lot of things, but collectively as KW, it kind of shows a couple of things. Number one, the only way we're going to have great results is if, number one, you guys show up. You show up to the stuff we do, right? You come into trainings, you come into conversations, you ask questions, you get involved in coaching, you jump on calls, right? When you show up that way and you learn how to actually do this, your numbers become part of the numbers. So how impactful and effective is what we do at KW? Pretty powerful, right? By the way, it doesn't matter the market we're in, we're prepared for it. Keller Williams was formed in 1983 in one of the worst real estate markets in the country at the time, economically. Okay, we're 180-some thousand agents just in the US and Canada. We're going to see some other kind of national numbers here, percentages in a minute of how like KW performs and how the region performs and how we perform against both of those. All right, so this is already, this is a report. You had a copy of this. You could take this into a listing appointment. If somebody says, you know, I was thinking about listing with ABC Realty. I'm going to interview an agent over there, and then I'm interviewing you, and I'm thinking about one more. How could you use this report to maybe stop them from talking to anybody else and just signing with you at the moment? So here's what I'd like, thank you. Well, here's what I'd like to tell you, Mr. Seller. I want to show you this real quick because year to date, in terms of listings in this 5-6 county area, KW has listed 1 out of 10 homes. There's a reason why more and more sellers trust us, the agents at KW, to list their properties. It's actually a little bit better. It's closer to 1 out of 9 or 1 out of 8. Nope, I have no idea what I just said. So if you wanted to use this and you said, Mr. Seller, Mrs. Seller, or sellers, whatever, here's what I want you to see. Before you go off and talk to anybody else, I want you to see, I'm part of Keller Williams, here's why. They're great with training. They help us do our job at the highest level. Our job is to help you succeed in the market. If you look at this report, 3 of the top 5 brokerages are Keller Williams, and collectively in the market this year, they've listed 1 out of every 9 homes in the market. Thank you. That's why I like the visual.
Wanted to take it to level. Make your own graph and combine all of the KWs, and then it looks like that.
And we have the ability to do that too. We can look at numbers by zip code. We can pull this for neighborhoods. I've helped agents like going into a listing appointment in a neighborhood where maybe there's, you know, some other agent has like the market share in that neighborhood, but maybe KW collectively with all the offices has a stronger presence, and they've used this to get the listing converted, you know, for them. All right, so let's keep going. Let's look at some other things. Okay, this is going to be our total units. This is going to be the buy and sell side. Again, you've got KW South Park, KW Ballantyne, and then you got KW Connected over here, still out of the top 10. 3 of them are KW, right? Same setup as before, single family, lots or land, resale, 6 county area. Nothing different there. The only thing difference here is the market share at the top is the same. Why South Park ahead of Ballantyne? I don't know.
That's what it says.
Is that what it is? Okay. I'll try to get us listed first next time. Yeah. Second page, same thing. 614 and a half. We sold a half a house.
They literally have a half a house better.
Yeah, what the heck, man? Please don't sell a half a house, sell the whole dang thing.
How do you even do that?
I don't know. Well, I know how it shows up, but we don't need to worry about that. All right. So there's the number. So let's keep going. This is going to be, it says up here, sell units. So what this is the buy side deals. First one, KW South Park, KW Ballantyne. Who else do we have up here? Connected's up there. Fort Mill is up there again. Same players, right? It's pretty much the same brokerages you're going to see. You, occasionally, depending upon what you put in here, you may find a different brokerage. Maybe it's a little bit more buyer heavy than list heavy, which is to your benefit. If you're talking to sellers, you could bring that point across too. But you're going to typically see the same players all the time. Then you'll start seeing, if I included like the counties up at Lake Norman, you see Mooresville and Cornelius up there.
Do you know if Cottingham Chalk's going to flip into Compass, or is it going to be separate?
My understanding is going to roll, because I was looking at that yesterday too. And we'll change it, and change it back. Where did I see it?
They're not even on there, but it's still going to change.
There was one of them I was looking at, and they were on there, and I'm like, okay.
This is where you need to stack the KW.
Yeah, this is where now all of a sudden it looks like Compass will be pulling ahead a little bit because of them, buying.
Cottingham Chalk.
Yeah, thank you.
For those that don't know, there was a merger recently, correct? Between the two, acquisition.
Yeah.
Where, yeah. Just for the ones that
So Cottingham Chalk has been an independent brand for a long time. Compass is now buying them. It's going to be rolled into Compass's numbers. I'm sure there'll be some sort of a brand deal, because they do have local presence brand. Yeah, it'll show up in their numbers most likely. Yeah. Hey, Dave.
Yeah, there'll be agents that won't go to Compass.
Get them in front of any of us. Darren, Robin, me. Bring them to events. Invite them to calls we do. If you're out, and this is true with anybody else at any other brand, our stuff is open. Right? So invite them to it. Let us kind of demonstrate what it is we can do to help them grow and build their business. And then we'll have individual conversations after that. Because I do recruit too. I recruit to a couple of other offices right now. But all right, anyways, so that was the buy side. So here's what I wanted to do just for the heck of it. I randomly go, okay, out of this area, I'm going to pull a zip code. And I'll admit, I randomly pulled 28277. I didn't like how what the story was for that zip code, so I didn't use it. So instead I went to 28134, which is Pineville. And I'm like, just for the heck of it, let's look at Pineville's numbers. Same, other than this, it's all I asked for is one zip code, same date, same other parameters on the property type. Now look at this is going to be your total units in that zip code. Look at how much KW Ballantyne stands out. You got 10% by yourself. 1 out of 10 deals just in the Pineville zip code. If you add in South Park, you're at like 15, 16%, right? Fort Mill doesn't show up on that one. They're not part of the top 10. Yeah, not really, even though they border Fort Mill. But here's the numbers, right? Everything's up there. All right, so here's what I want to do next. Wow, that seems big. Did you do that for my benefit so I could actually see it?
What's up? I did it so
But
everyone
my
could see
glasses.
it because that was something that came up last time. I was like, man, it's too small
By
in
the
the
way,
back of the room.
all of you said, I've been here 2 weeks. I've been here 1,240 weeks, so I'm a little bit older than you guys. All right, so let's look at some things here. This goes back, when I first became a team leader in God created Earth, then dirt. 2015, I became team leader. The CEO at KW at the time, he taught us an entire system of how, if we understand the system, we can use it to grow the offices, grow the market centers. So one of the things that we looked at these 8 different categories all the time, and we call it lore, language of real estate. So here's what lore tells us. We wanted to look at a couple of different aspects of this. We wanted to see how we're doing from the month we just closed to the month prior, but we also wanted to see the month we just closed year to date through that period compared to the same period the year prior, and to see how we're doing as a company. So you see MC, KWRI, and region over there. For those that are new to us, we will acronym everything. So don't worry about trying to learn all the acronyms. MC is Market Center. KWRI is Keller Williams Realty International, the franchisor of the franchises we buy, okay? So collectively, KWRI's numbers are going to be numbers from the US only. I don't think they include Canada, right? They do include Canada in these? Okay. So KWRI is going to be US and Canada. The region is the Carolinas region. There's 42 offices, I think, 43 offices, KW offices in the Carolinas region. And then Market Center is us, this Market Center here. So closed units, total closed units, month over month. Keller Williams, I'll say North America, it's not including Mexico. KW down 3.7%, and for the year through the end of July, down 5.7%. The region down 3.8 and 5.6. KW Ballantyne up 15.9 and 23% year to date. So not only are we kicking butt, we're kicking butt across the board internally too, right? Closed volume, KW up 1.3, down 1.3 year to date. The region 1.9. Really no change year to date. Ballantyne Market Center up 12.6 month over month, and year to date up 23% in closed volume. So closed units, remember, is the one sale, the unit, the house, the piece of land, whatever. The volume is the value of the unit, just to keep it all under perspective. Listings taken, KW down 30%, the region down 34%, we're down. We're a little bit better, but we're still down 27%. But yet year to date, we outshine both the region and nationally with 18% increase year to date on listings taken. And of course, if we have more listings taken, we should have more volume on the value of those listings. We're at 25% year to date up at KW. Sure, absolutely. Only if I can too. Month over month, we're down 18%. And across the board, you can see everybody else. Listings sold. This is a biggie here for KW. It's a biggie across the board, but it's a biggie for us here. For the month, we outpaced June by 16%. And year to date through July, we're up 26% compared to the same 7 months the year prior. The value of all that, this was kind of interesting here. The value of what we closed on the list side was a little bit less than it was in the value of total value in June, but year to date, we're still up 18.3%. And then contracts written, this is huge. Look at KW month over month. Hardly a blip. For the year, they're down. The region's down. Contracts written, we're up 29% in July versus June, and we're up 23% year to date. And the value of all those contracts up almost 40% and 25%. Now, here's how I want you to look at these. There's 8 key categories. In your business, these are the 8 key categories that always matter. You guys can track this stuff in your own world too if you want, as you kind of are getting your momentum up and running. If you look at listings taken and contracts written, this is your forward look in your business to not only what you're going to hopefully be closing in the future, near future, it's what you're getting paid on too, right? Because your commissions are tied to volume. So if you want to start looking at a forecast number of what your future earnings or your future revenue looks like, start looking at these 2 numbers right here. This is what you have accomplished. This is what you're going to accomplish. So think windshield, rear view, mirror. View of your business, okay? Gross commission income. So it goes through some other things too, and I'm gonna cover these as well. GCI, gross commission income. This is your money, or at least the start of your money. If you look at it again, KW and the region down or flat really across the board. KW, value of the commissions, man. July versus June up almost 13. And year to date, our agents, you're giving yourself a 20% raise. How you feel about that? Good, you should. If you want to get raises like that, continue to ask us. We're here to help you. Paid on volume, pretty much now everything else from here down, this is about the market center's financial performance. And here's what I want you to know about this. I'm not going to bore you with like a bunch of stuff, but there's some key things I want you to know. A market center is a business that we operate on a revenue capped model. So in other words, everybody in this room, if you're on a split with the market center in terms of your sales, you have a cap, right, that you're going to pay. After that cap, you move to 100% commission. What does that mean for us? Our business model runs off of that capped model. Okay, for those of you that maybe don't understand that, that's fine. But how we determine how we're doing, we look at something called paid on volume. So the value of all the deals that closed, that we are getting a portion of a split off of or some revenue off of, we're actually, again, outpacing both the region and national numbers around what that looks like. So that to me is a testament from a leader, how we're doing at training the agents, how we're doing with our coaching programs, how we're doing with our conversations, how we're doing with awareness conversations, stuff like that we're doing here today. How can we continue to improve our skills, be more consistent in what we do so that we can help more people? The more people you help, the more volume gets closed, and the cycle just keeps going. And then what we call the value, the money that we receive, the split money, we call it company dollar. We're up 11.9 and 7% on that. So expenses are a big deal at KW and a market center level, because if we're running on a revenue cap model, we have to be really super careful and tight with our expenses. Why? Because we're also a profit share driven company. And what that means is the more profit we can generate, the more profit we want to share. And we want you guys to get your unfair share of that profit. So we work really, really, really hard at running a lean, mean ship at a market center level and watching our expenses like crazy. This is one of the only categories we want to see big minus signs in front of big numbers. Everything else, we want to see a bunch of pluses. So as you can see, owner profit, which goes to the owners of the franchise. The profit share is the people that participate in the profit share here through referring names and helping those people become productive in the office. Both numbers are up year to date compared to national and regional numbers. All right, that's what I had to bring for you guys today. Questions, comments? How can I best help you with anything? It's a lot, I know. It's a lot. Yeah. My brain is for lease.
So what are the best metrics to track for your business independently?
I would definitely look at listings. So here's what I do with agents that I coach. There's 4 things I want everybody to set a goal on every year. I want units. I want volume. I want gross commission. And I want percent profit. Because if you guys are running your business, your cost of sale is capped with us. Cost of sale meaning the percentage of the gross commission that gets paid to the market center, it's capped. So you have two of your biggest costs of sales are capped when you're a solo agent at KW. Your royalty cap and your market center cap. Anything over and above that, unless you're paying referral fees on your gross commission because somebody sent you a referral, that would be considered a cost of sale. Everything else is expense. So we want to help agents run a business where your profitability against your gross commission generated runs at least 40% or more. Because it's that profit that starts funding what you really want your life to start looking like. I don't care if you go out and spend it, blow it on boats, whatever. I mean, it's your life, you do it. But ultimately, what I really am hoping is that if you take that profit and now you start taking profit from a business and going to buy something that creates more revenue and more profit. Now you're generating wealth, not just generating profit. And you're starting to move yourself into the passive income side of the world. Profit share can be part of your passive income too, by the way. All of this collectively over time, and it doesn't take a ton of time, can start adding up really quickly. So those are the 4 I would look at, but I would keep an eye on the listings taken, contracts written, but more importantly for an agent, I would be looking at every conversion point. So if I'm generating a lead, am I generating that into a conversation? That conversation, is it going into a client relationship, a signed agreement? And then that agency agreement, is that going into a contract that's written either on my listing or with a buyer? And is that contract closing? Every one of those conversion points tests a different skill or system. And as market shifts, it's more important than ever to watch that, because what worked for us maybe 2 or 3 years ago may not be working at all today. And what most agents start doing then is they start, well, my business is going down, my revenue is going down, because we typically are going to base it off of revenue, which is why I want to look at everything. So when the revenue starts going down, what do? Well, better call Zillow and buy some leads. Wrong answer. Please don't do that. Find me first. As a matter of fact, I'm teaching 2 classes in this market center, one Friday and one couple weeks later.
Yep, should be 2 weeks later.
You
on
want to do a
Thursday-
deep
next
dive into
week on
leads,
Thursday.
lead generation, lead conversion, get your butt in here and we'll talk about it.
You guys can find those classes on the
The
calendar
first one's
too.
this Friday, yeah.
Yeah, this Friday at 9.
If I'm going on a listing consultation, I'd be asking, where could I get those little reports?
So find me, find Darren, find Robin. Don't bug Liz. Find Lynn. We have the login. We can go in and get this for you. I can go, I have access to the other market centers login, but I can still pull the data for you. It's just going to say the other market center's name. I won't say Ballantyne. And you should, if you're going to use those, have Ballantyne's name on it, because
There
that's who you're
There
affiliated.
are going to be market share reports that we do get at the end of every month, and then I do send those out through email to you guys as a PDF so you can print them off easily. I also post them as JPEG files to the Facebook so you can see them at a glance. So you guys will have some of that access. We usually really only pull about 3 of them of what Chip shared. It's not everything he went over. So if there's any additional reports you guys would like to request, absolutely what Chip said, you guys will reach out to Darren, Robin, you guys can reach out to Lynn, and we can pull those extra reports for you.
And don't be afraid to look at it at a smaller level too, right? Neighborhood, zip code, couple of neighborhoods. We have the ability to kind of, give you micro reports from not just a bigger, geographical area. Okay.
Going
All right.
once.
Appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Chip, thank you so much. Yeah, have one coming up tomorrow at 1 o'clock. So if you're a new agent in the room and you feel a little lost, that's okay. Get in the room with me tomorrow. Okay, at 1 p.m., we're doing a blueprint for success. So you're going to have, I think it's 3 pages, 5 bullet points. I'm going to walk you through a strategy to really set you up for success as you're starting in this business. If you don't have systems in place, you are the system. Okay. So I want to make sure you have systems powering your business so you're growing something that's scalable and profitable long term in the industry. So 1 o'clock in this room tomorrow, if you can make it. Thanks for that, Nathan. Strategic Partners, is Jennifer here? Is she outside? Carolina Gold.
We're on reverse sides today.
Oh, we are. All right. You do it.
I'm Teresa Green with Carolina Gold.
Billy Gerald, your mortgage professional with Carolina Gold Mortgage. So, who wants to talk about price reductions? Yeah, nobody does. All right. Here's some anti-price reduction information that'll help you out.
So there's a lot on the sheet and we're happy to print this off if anybody wants to see it more or have any questions, come see us. We're right here. But basically I took a $405,000 purchase price, which I heard yesterday was the average sale price right now. 5% down, 95% loan to value, 30-year fixed. I ran 3 comparisons. So at 405 with 5% down, 6.875, 30-year fixed rate. There's your principal and interest. Here's if you take $10,000 in rate buy down, buy the rate down to 6.125. So same loan amount, same purchase price, but we just took 10,000 instead of taking it off the price. We get it in concessions, which is great for you. Keeps the price up, keeps appraisals up, get you paid more. And the borrower, you can see the difference. It's $189.75 a month difference with $10,000. There's if you took it off the price and went from 405 to 395, 5% down. So you can see $190 difference in $10,000 seller paid, taking that rate down versus taking it off the price or other concessions. So that's all that says. Any questions? Yes.
In September, the feds are dropping rates. Can y'all talk about that a little? And do you think that's part of the slowdown?
So if we could predict that, we would be on a beach enjoying the sunshine, and I would have a fuzzy drink and frozen drink in my hand right now. Yes, I personally.
Well, there you go.
Chat Teresa says 99%. I have no doubt we'll see a rate cut. Short-term rates, don't confuse that with mortgage rates. So the mortgage world is always a step ahead of what's going to happen. I think the little decline we had is anticipation of that. So don't be surprised when the Fed meets and cuts that rate if mortgage rates don't go up a slight bit. Yes, the Fed is short-term. Equity lines, credit cards, car loans, basically anything but a mortgage. So you're going to see a reduction there. They're actually calling for 2, possibly 3 more before the end of the year. So September would be 1. I would say we'll probably see another one. Chat, Teresa says. I'm not sure we'll see the 3rd, but Billy, what's your thoughts?
I would doubt we see a 3rd, but
but that doesn't mean mortgage rates a lot of times will go up when short-term rates come down. So based on 2 different things, what sets that. So again, we're always in anticipation. The market's always ahead of what's going to happen, which is another clue that they're going to drop. So the day the Fed drops, we may see mortgage rates go up slightly. So it's just, just how it, the speculation on our end is until the tariffs are settled, until Powell is out, which is May of 2026, we'll have a new Fed president. The markets like stability, that we'll start seeing things settle down. So
the good news in the short term is we have seen rates, trickling down. Rates rarely go down in a straight line. They rarely go up in a straight line. So we're at a nice spot right now. Might see a tick up or 2. Don't know that we're going back up towards the 7s like we were, but we could. So good time to get those buyers off the fences.
But this is just a good reminder. Instead of taking it off the price, ask for concessions. Keep your prices up, keep your appraisals up, keep your paychecks up.
Everybody's welcome to attend.
Yes, we will be running the live stream right here in the training room. Anybody who cannot be here physically in person, you can also find the live stream on KW Connect, so you could watch it wherever you are. Yep, it'll take you right to the Facebook event so you guys can sign right up.
Yeah, absolutely. You're welcome. All right, so we have, who's heard of Bold in the room? I know we have a lot of new people in the room. Awesome. Liz, you want to talk a little bit about?
Yeah, absolutely. So every fall or every Q4 that we bring in Bold. It's really designed to help you guys ignite your businesses and really make sure that you're starting off, especially the next year in Q1 at a high level. So Bold is really just a very, I would say rigorous, but I don't want that to sound daunting. It's not rigorous in a negative sense. It's just an intensive coaching program where you guys have tons of opportunity to generate leads. It's also very mindset heavy to make sure that you guys are actually propelling yourselves forward and taking a full ownership of your entrepreneurial role. And then as part of that, again, you guys are going to get tons of accountability. So it's going to help you guys to have fun getting these numbers underway and having those conversations and just making sure that you're elevating your business.
So they shared with us, Kimberly, we were on a call with our Bold coach last week.
Yeah,
I think it was.
absolutely.
She said on average, new agents going through her class and program are pinning about 12 to 14 new pieces of business as they're going through Bold. So she is super intentional about the accountability piece. And to Liz's point, it's about the whole person. There's a lot of mindset in there. So it's a phenomenal program, absolutely transformational. So it's a great way to winterize your business too for Q1, to Liz's point. So if you can attend, those are the QR codes. I will say, make sure you're at step 1.
Yeah.
That's free, guys. It's free. So you can get a taste of what the rest of the sessions are going to look like. Just a 6-week program, but if you can be at step 1, you can make a decision from there on.
Yeah, absolutely. No, for those of you who have registered for Bold before and are really excited that it's coming back, you're welcome to actually sign up to register for full Bold underneath that. So you guys can go ahead and just knock that all out. And then we are going to be doing some great giveaways as part of this and getting some celebration behind it. So stay tuned. That's the word. Stay tuned for some upcoming team meetings where we're really going to talk a little bit more about Bold, but we just wanted you guys to know when it's coming back and that you guys can start registering now.
Awesome. Thank you. See some cameras going up. So. All right, Liz, you want to talk about that? This is super exciting.
So this is extra special for, I know a lot of us who have been with KW for some time. Mo Anderson is a name that you guys should know. She really is the heart and soul, I would say, of KW culture as it is today, making us all feel like family, being charitable, and really just serving as servant leaders. So Mo Anderson is basically the founder of KW culture, and she actually is very good friends with Brenda Benson. So we have a very, very unique opportunity to have Mo Anderson come out here to speak to you guys directly as KW Valentine. And I'm going to tell you this, like, not lightly, this does not happen very often. Mo is typically
Never.
Yeah, Mo is typically at family reunion, and she may be at a couple other international event or national events for KW. So this is going to be a very, very special opportunity. She's going to come out here and lead an inspirational breakfast for you guys. And that's going to be on Friday, October 3rd from 9 to 11. We're going to have more information coming out on that soon. So please mark your calendars and save that date because you will not want to miss this. And any proceeds that we generate, there's going to be a silent auction, lots of different fun opportunities. All of the proceeds are going to go to our local KW Cares to help support you guys in return.
Absolutely. Thank you. PC, do we have our coaches in the room? You want to come on up?
So I wanted to say a couple of things in terms of the coaching program. First of all, I'd like everybody to know that Darren is now going to be part of our coaching team, and he's going to be coaching on Saturday. So those of you that will, be fortunate enough to be in his group, he's obviously amazing. So that's our newest addition there. And then also we always try to bring value to our coaching group, our PC clients, and we're doing a really good event on August the 20th. So go ahead and put that down from 12 to 2. And we are going to have just a packed panel, a couple of newer agents that have been successful that are going to be on the panel, including Miss Julie Forrest back there, and also Melanie, is it Whatlaufer? There we go. Am I saying it right? Okay, good. Then we're going to have those of you that know Miranda Solomon. She's amazing. She used to be a coach here. So she's going to be on the panel along with Brandy Williams. And then we also are going to have on Zoom the MAPS coach y'all just saw, which is Kimberly Horn. So she's going to be on a Zoom event. And last but not least, we're going to have Julia Design. My girls are going to teach you about how to get Command working for you and making sure that you're getting your business through Command, which is obviously a good option. Anything else you can think of that I might have missed? Okay. Anyway, hope to see you all there.
Super excited to be joining the coaching program. So thank you for that announcement. Guys, I was a PC coach, so I ran the coaching program in the Outer Banks and taught the secondary and luxury home market out there. Just a little bit about my resume, so you know I'm coming in with some credibility. So I took a group of 6 newly licensed agents, and in a 6-month span, they closed 8.5 million in volume in the secondary luxury home market. So we actually made the regional tops list 1 month, and they closed 5.4 in 1 month. And they had to remove our name because they realized we were a PC team instead of a market center team. But that's a good problem to have, right? So looking forward to pouring in. I have a heart for dual career agents. If you're starting out working a full-time job, I know what that's like, right? You have bills to pay. You have families, you have priorities, responsibilities. And so I'm super intentional about helping you roadmap a transition plan to becoming a full-time real estate agent and business owner. All right. Super excited to pour into that group whenever we get that launched. And then, is this the last one? Miss Tasha Viney.
Hello, hello, hello. Not really a lot of updates today, just reminders. New forms are in the system. Make sure you're using the new and updated forms. A lot of changes to the forms. More changes are coming. So don't be surprised if you see an email from Sabra stating, guess what, they're changing again, or guess what, we can't do it this way anymore. Don't get frustrated. We're going through the same thing you guys are going through with the changes. So bear with us, submit your questions, stay on top of the changes. Make sure you're paying attention in your DocuSign. If you're using a template that you've set up with the old forms, you want to correct that to the new form. Okay. So that's really all I have today. She's a cutie. But yeah, submit any questions or concerns you have about the new forms, how to process them. Big questions have been South Carolina commissions, North Carolina commissions. So pay attention, submit your questions, and we'll work our way through it. Okay, thank you.
And then ALC, I don't believe anyone's here. We do have a career night coming up September 24th from 6:30 to 7:30. So if you know anyone looking to get into the industry, maybe they haven't taken that jump yet, definitely scan the QR code, get them signed up so they can be there. One of the things that a lot of people don't know is we give away a free scholarship to Superior pre-licensing at these career nights. Okay, so if you can get them in the room, there's a chance their entire pre-licensing is going to be paid for.
This one's me.
That
Okay.
one's you.
I'll come up real quick. So again, I did mention that for our inspirational breakfast, we are going to have lots of great opportunities. There is going to be a silent auction featured. We are also going to have a really fantastic raffle basket. And Charlene has specifically asked that I deliver this message to you guys since she is all the way in Texas right now. So for this particular raffle basket, we're calling it the All About Your Business raffle basket. So this is going to be something that truly is, I think, invaluable with all the additions. So Charlene has actually gone around to a lot of our local top producers and she has asked them, hey, would you guys give 30 minutes of your time just to sit down with whoever may be this basket winner? So basically, you guys will actually have the opportunity to meet with David Seabour, Abby Wilson, Dave DeSilva, Jay White, Nicole McAllister, Allison Keller, Matt Haler, Charlene, Robin Hendricks, and you will get 30 minutes of time specifically one-on-one with Mo Anderson. So you guys will have tons of different coaching opportunities, varying from just kind of working through client relations and how to prioritize that, how to make things meaningful, how to take your business to the next level, how to build and strategize. These are going to be conversations unique to your business in these one-on-one conversations. So not only do you get all of those coaching opportunities at your kind of discrepancy, you can decide what works for your schedule, coordinate with everyone accordingly, and plan that out in the order you'd like to. But you'll also have other items as well, including a couple KW t-shirts. There's going to be some fantastic KW reading material in there. You'll get a month free of your monthly dues here. And we are asking that in order to help support KW Cares, because again, that's where all of these proceeds will go, We are asking for one ticket will be $10. You guys can get 5 tickets for $40, so you can save a little bit there. And you guys can also get a ticket anytime that you guys pledge to give $25 for your through your commission checks for KW Cares and our local level. So tons of different opportunities for you guys to actually put in for this raffle basket. We will start that now, but we will actually draw our winner at the inspirational breakfast. And again, just to reiterate, guys, this is for KW Cares. And that is one of the most important pieces, I think, of our culture here, because it goes out to help you guys when you are in need. There are tons of agents in this office who've been recipients of KW Cares, and it's made a big, big impact in their world. So it is here to help you guys in those moments of need. So the more that we can support that now through either pledging in our individual commission checks or donating for raffle basket opportunities like this, the more funds that we have available to help others in this office. So be exactly who you are, continue to be such a strong family here in the office, and continue to support one another. And please consider donating to KW Cares regularly and starting with this great opportunity, because now you can win stuff for it too. So come on, guys. But yes, please be on the lookout for more information about that basket.
Thank you so much, Liz. And our next team meeting, guys, please be here August 26th. That guy you see on the screen, I've known for 5 years. Mitch is a good personal friend of mine and just a phenomenal business owner. So he runs a large team out of the Greensboro market, and he's affiliated with this market center. He just sees your level of excellence, the culture here, and wanted to be a part of that. He truly has a rags to riches story like nothing I've ever heard before. So he's going to share his story about his upbringing and how he scaled to who he is today. In the face of adversity, he overcame a lot of challenges to become who he is. So him and his wife, Courtney, are phenomenal. They're a powerhouse husband and wife team. So please be here for August 26th.
And they
meet
built
Mitch.
a really phenomenal business, because you guys will see them on our top producer kind of graphics that we do. You'll see Mitch's name up there with his team, the Mullis Group. Again, being out in the Greensboro area, their average price point is very different than ours.
180,000.
So in order for them to meet the same, kind of realm of what our team
in
here
that.
are doing, to be in that same category, that's impressive. That means he is doing huge amounts of business. So he is certainly one you will not want to miss hearing from.
Great point, Liz. Thank you for that. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate all of you.
Don't forget to go mingle with our vendors, guys. They're out here waiting for you. I bet you they got goodies too.